Hi, my name is Gabby and welcome to my channel, Gabby on Paper. Today's video is going to be a budget wrap-up for November. We're going to go through each of my categories, see how much money I spent, and how much I have left over, if any, to carry on over to December. So let's go ahead and get started. The very first thing we're going to do though is look at the overspent categories and see if we can pull money from any of the other categories to cover them. I want to make sure I do this before every paycheck and then at the end of the month, so I go into the new month, ready to go and covered. I don't know if that's always going to be possible, but I'm definitely going to try. So let's see here. We are overspent in dining out, miscellaneous, and my personal shopping category. Okay, so I'm going to clear this filter and go to the variable expenses, take care of that first. So in dining out, I'm over by 14 cents, and we're just going to go ahead and cover that from the grocery category. In miscellaneous, I'm over by $17.91. I'm going to go ahead and also cover this with the groceries category. I think what I'm going to do each month is at the end of the month when I'm doing my budget wrap up, take a look at any overspent categories and cover it from my variable expenses. If I have money left in any of those categories, I'll cover it from that. The variable expenses is the only money that I'm going to get and put into ready to assign it to a future category if there's anything left. All the other category groups will just have the money carry over month to month, and I won't touch any of that unless I'm actually spending it. So the last bit is $80.41 overspent in my personal shopping category. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to the shopping category. No, it's not shopping, it's clothes. Yep, I'll move all of treats to my clothes. And then the last little bit from entertainment.
Oh shit. I'm going to move the full amount. Only $13.35.
Okay, so that covers all of my overspending for November. So I still have $37.83 left in my variable expenses, and I need to decide what to do with that. Originally, my plan was to take all of the money left over in the variable expenses and carry that over to December to put towards my rent in the hopes of getting a little closer to being a full month ahead in all of my expenses. Obviously, that is not really going to work out because I only have $37.83, which is not a lot. I think what I'm going to do is actually move this to the clothing category, and that is just because I want to start to build this up so that I'm not pulling from all these different categories to cover my shopping when I do it. Is that what I want to do? Yes. So I'm going to move this also to clothes and carry over $37.83 to December. What I've put in December, I'll have nearly $100 in my shopping category, and hopefully I don't touch any of that because I have spent so much already. Yeah, I just want to build it up and have a nice little cushion. Okay, so now that that is taken care of, to go over the expenses, I'm going to go to the reports tab. It's not something I've looked at a lot, so I'm still learning how to use it and read it and everything. So bear with me. But we are going to look at my expenses here.
You know what?
I am going to remove one of the categories, and that is the reimbursement category. It's for when I buy something for my sister or my boyfriend and they pay me back. Or for example, my boyfriend sends me rent and I pay it, so that all comes from that. Our streaming comes from that as well, like the streaming services that I split with my boyfriend and my sister, I pay it, they send me the money, so it's all I keep track of it there. So I'm going to remove that, and that is much more accurate. Before we get into the spending, let's look at my income really fast. I did have to hide the income sources so you don't see my company name, but it's the only source of income I have. In the future, if I have other sources of income, I'll change the name of my income source so it doesn't have my company name and I can show you, but since it doesn't really matter because I only have my job, my full-time job. So I made $3,568.08 for my 2 paychecks this month. Let's go into spending. So my total spending for the month is $2,961.33, which is insane. Let's look at my income again.
So $3,568.08 is what I brought in, and minus $2,961.33 is what I spent, meaning
I saved for future months $6.75. That is crazy. I spent so much money, so I'm actually surprised I was even able to save that much. So that's good, but I really need to bring my spending down a lot. So let's take a look at the different expense categories. Well, the majority of my bill spending, 90.8% of that was my rent and utility fee. 3.2% was my electricity bill for my half. And then my phone bill was 6% of my bills category. The bills made up 43.8% of the total spending for the month. So not quite half, but for sure the biggest portion of money coming out of my account. Next was variable expenses. It made up 18.5% of my total spending this month. And the majority of that, over half, 56.3% of that was dining out, which is crazy. It is crazy. I did not think I was going to come even close to hitting my goal of $250. And I spent $307. I had to transfer a lot of money into my dining out category because we ate out a lot. If you watch my mid-month check-in, you'll see that like on November 16th, I believe is the day I filmed, I had spent $225 in the first 2 weeks of the month. So the fact that I only spent about $82 for the second part of the month is good. I mean, compared to the first half, but it's still not great. We did have some kind of pricey meals out. I mean, we went to Chick-fil-A for the first time in like over a year, so that was nice. Unfortunately, we did have some like delivery charges, which is not something that I do very often. It's very rare that we get food delivered. I just prefer, if I'm going to spend the money, to go to a restaurant and dine like out. I don't like to get my food delivered because it's never as good. I like my food fresh. And then with my boyfriend's sister visiting, we did eat out a ton. And some more expensive meals like Benihana. Benihana is so expensive now. I used to be able to go with like $50, and that would include like an extra side of shrimp, which was like $9 by itself. And now, without anything extra, just my regular meal, $55, $52. Completely nuts. So there's a second Uber Eats, so food delivery, which is pricey, but yeah, it's in the past. I'm going to try and do better in December. November was just like a really rough month for me, especially the first half of the month, which meant that I didn't want to cook. So we ate out more. So 56.3% of my variable spending came from dining out alone. Completely nuts. I spent $164.59 in groceries, which is about 30% of my variable spending. There wasn't anything too crazy. We did do a random like Costco haul. We ran out of toilet paper, so we placed an Instacart order for Costco things, and some of that included some groceries. Like, we bought some household things and some grocery things, and I split in between the two categories. So the $45.57 would only cover like the food portion. Like, we bought popcorn and rice, and I bought sodas, some cookies, things like that. And then the household portion, and you'll see later on, that will cover the other things like Clorox wipes and toilet paper and Ziploc bags. Although now I'm thinking that should have gone in the grocery category, the Ziploc bags, whatever. But yeah, nothing too crazy in the groceries. I mean, if anything, it was kind of a lower spend month. Obviously, we ate out so much that we didn't need as many groceries, so it kind of makes sense. Miscellaneous, it was just shipping like tape and, an envelope and like the cost of shipping for a sweater that I sold on eBay. So I had a yoga blanket saved in my like list on Amazon, and it's something I've been wanting to buy for some time because I do like yoga. I just didn't see the need for the blanket. Like I didn't want to spend the money on it, and it went on sale. It was like $8 off, so I finally just did it because I do want this a yoga blanket so I can do the moves that my videos show a little more accurately rather than just not using it. So very excited for that. Treats, I only spent $22.71. The last bit of November, I wasn't going into work because of COVID. And then, so there just wasn't a ton of money, like a ton of need to spend money on treats. And that's usually like snacks and things at work. Like if I buy a soda at work or chips or something like that from the vending machine, it comes out of the treats category. I only spent $8.82 in entertainment, which is crazy. And it was just for a slice of pizza at the Bears game that we went to. We bought the Bears ticket in like September or October or something, so that was out of the way. This was just for the food at the game. The rest of the month with like visitors and other things that we had going on, we just didn't spend more money on entertainment, so that's fine. I know this month in December, we definitely will be spending more money. At very minimum, there's a couple movies I want to go see, but also there's like Christmas activities that will go in the Christmas budget though. And then $5 is I gave money to someone that asked me for it on the train. So that was variable expenses. The Gabby category, I know what I'm going to name this, and I'm going to copy Avery's Money Moves. She has a category called I don't know if she still has it, but Avery Improvement Fund, and I think I'm gonna call my Gabby category group the Gabby Improvement Fund, because that would cover like self-care, like massages and haircuts, personal shopping, all of that. So I think that's what I'm gonna call it. Anyways, super spending month. Let's start with the hobbies. Only 4% was spent on hobbies, $21.48, and that was just some vinyl that I bought on Amazon, also for like their Black Friday or whatever sale. It was just really cheap, and I bought 2 rolls to make stickers for my planners, and they're super cute. Definitely worth it. I have tons. It'll last me for a long time. So that's what that was. And then $514.34 I spent on personal shopping. This is nuts, guys. I haven't spent this much money on just random shopping in such a long time, and yet here we are. So it's a mess. Okay, so originally I bought dress, heels, and hair clip for $368.24 from Anthropologie. Then another dress size became available. I decided to buy that dress size to see which one would work better. So I bought it for $176.40. And then my plan once I got it was to return the one that didn't work. That second dress worked better, and then I saw that Anthropologie was doing a 30% off sale for Black Friday, so I chatted them online and got a price adjustment for the second dress that I bought, which is the same dress as before, it's just a bigger size. So I got the price adjustment of $70.56. Then I decided, you know what, I'm going to do the same thing for the shoes. So I bought the shoes again for $122.71, which original price was like $159, so good deal. This was with a 30% off that Anthropologie was doing. So after I rebought the shoes with a 30% off, I went to Anthropologie in person and returned the original dress and the original shoes, getting $351.70 back, which means originally for everything I bought was $368.24. After the price adjustments and returns and everything, I ended up paying $245.09 for my hair clips, my dress, and my shoes. So I saved $123.15 by doing the price adjustment and by returning my original shoes and dress and keeping the sale price items. Anyways, the point is, it's about an hour's worth of work, probably less, because Anthropologie is not that far from my house and we just walked there. And I got $123.15 back, so worth it. I also bought, I think it was a 3-pack of the Hoo Ha undies that I like. Again, they were doing a 30% off sale for Black Friday, and I really love them. I've been meaning to buy more, so I just took advantage and bought a few. I didn't want to buy too many because obviously I had already spent a ton of money. So, and then the final thing is Madewell. This was a completely unplanned purchase. They were doing like their 40% off Black Friday sale, and I saw a bunch of things I liked. 3 pairs of socks. I love buying various types of fun socks. 2 sweaters. One was like a turtleneck and one was just a cardigan, and then a pair of jeans. I'm completely in love with these jeans. They were still like $85 after the discounts, so they don't sell like cheap jeans or anything, and I completely love them. I actually don't have any, until now, I didn't have any pairs of blue jeans, so it is what it is. The sweaters are so cute. I've already worn one to work, and the other one will also be like a work, or it doesn't have to be a work sweater, but a sweater that I will wear to work. So I'm excited. Anyways, very spendy month. I'm not doing this again. I'm going to try and do like a no buy, no spend, whatever in December and not buy anything for myself. Focus on Now is 15.3% of my total spending, and that was $52.89 for travel. Those are the sandals that I bought before my trip was canceled. And then $400.58 under the Christmas category. That is mostly presents for my boyfriend, some presents for my sister, and then just like Christmas lights, Christmas tree, or stockings, just little things like that, tape, wrapping paper. So nothing too crazy yet. I am expecting to be spending more money on my Christmas stuff like pretty soon, within the next like week or so. So it might be that by mid-December, I should have bought everything I needed and have like final Christmas numbers, but we'll see. At least in the gifting portion. Like the food portion will obviously be closer to the date of Christmas, but all right, so only 2 more categories. $64.27 in subscriptions, and that is completely normal. We have the Peloton, Pipsticks, Apple One, Netflix, and Hulu. And as much as I love Pipsticks, I can't justify paying $18 a month on stickers. I love them so much. They bring me so much joy, but I think I'm gonna cancel them. I have and unfollow them on Instagram so I don't get tempted to re-sign up for them. I'm good for now. I'm at least cancel them like the first quarter and then see how it's going. They just make me so happy. They have the cutest stickers. I don't know. Do I do anything with them? No, but I am planning on doing stuff. We'll talk about that later when we go over my 2023 planners. And then the final thing was sinking funds. So these are some of my other sinking funds that don't fall under the Focus on Now / Gabby categories. I spent $25 in rideshare, which is actually a lot more than I normally do. We do our very best to never take Ubers or anything, but like I said, it was a rough month and just had a lot going on, which meant that we did take some Ubers. Obviously split with my boyfriend, so. And then home, we bought, again, I mentioned earlier, we placed a Costco like Instacart order. The $36.83 would be for my half of like toilet paper, Clorox wipes, Ziploc bags. I think that was it for the, like, that would fall in the home category. And then we just bought a little bathroom tray at Target to kind of contain some of our like most used things that live on top of the, like, on the bathroom counter. So that was cheap. So that is everything that I spent in November. It, as you can see, it was a very, very spendy month, but honestly, it could have been worse because I have a feeling that if I had gone to Cancun, I still would have bought everything that I bought in my personal shopping. I still would have bought the dress and the heels because I need that for my work Christmas party. The Madewell order, honestly, I love Madewell and the clothes, and I wear it all the time, their clothes all the time, so I would have probably purchased things anyways from Cancun. I don't think that would have stopped me. So it could have been spendier had we gone on our trip, but yeah, I'm like surprised. I'm surprised that, how much was it? $600? Oh, I closed it. That I was able to like save $600. That was like my net income, I guess, after all the expenses. Now that November is closed out, I'm ready to go for December. The month is underfunded by $568.25, which is just this rent category that I'm taking care of each paycheck, like half of my rent from each paycheck. I'm hoping that at the end of December, if I have any money left over in variable expenses, that I would be able to send that over to rent in the hopes of getting a full month ahead on all of my bills and expenses, but we're not there yet. So thank you so much for joining me in today's video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Bye!